I'd planned for this video to be an easy tutorial about how you can use Nicehash OS to easily earn Bitcoin using your mining rig. But unfortunately it didn't work out that way. In fact, it got so bad it could have been a hardware destroying fault. So if you want to stick around and see how this mining rig was almost damaged by Nicehash OS, stay around.
Start by heading over to nicehash.com. Under mining is the option to download Nicehash OS. If you haven't got an account already, click on Get Started and sign up for an account. If you already have an account, then you can simply sign in. Once you're signed in, click on Go to Rig Manager, and then in the top right hand corner is the option to download a miner or add an ASIC. From here we're going to choose Nicehash OS, and you can either download a USB image and use a burner to burn it to a bootable device, or you can download a flasher already from Nicehash, which will do everything for you. We're going to use this option. Once it's finished downloading, you simply open it up and let it install. All finished. If we click on the start button and then all apps, you'll see it sitting there right under N, the NHOS flash tool.
Before we go too much further, you're going to want to get yourself one of these USB to SATA adapters and a spare SSD. You can do an actual USB drive, but SSDs are just so much more reliable and I'm sick of them failing. So you just plug that in.
Once you've plugged in the USB drive, you should be able to click on here and select the disk that you just plugged in. There's only one version available at the moment, version 2 beta 4. Then go back to the Nicehash OS page and copy your mining address. And then you paste that in here. Under additional settings, you can give the name of the rig a name. So I would call this one rig 2, and you can specify a password to log in. I'm just going to use password for this example. If your rig's going to be using Wi-Fi, you can fill in the Wi-Fi details. If you're going to be using SSH, an SSH key, you can put that in, and which interface is going to be used for connectivity. I'm going to be using DHCP for my rig, so I'm just going to leave that ticked. And finally, we click on Flash to start it right where it'll start downloading and writing the image to the disk. In this case here, because I've got a reasonable size, 256 gig SSD, it's asking me, am I sure I'm wanting to overwrite? And I'll just say yes and let it continue. Once the downloading phase is finished, it moves on to flashing and writing the image out to the SSD. That took maybe a good 10 minutes. Let's unplug the drive and take it over to the mining rig.
I needed 2 hands for that one, but the SSD is now plugged in and we'll power everything back up again.
Back in the Nicehash web interface, it says we've successfully connected up a new Nicehash OS, and it's giving us a little guide. Let's quickly walk through that. We can optimize our CPU and GPU devices here. A bundle manager creates a bundle of profiles, so we'll have a look at that too. Here you can set in a bundle for all of your rigs below. File information settings, by opening device information, you can change what device information is shown. Here you can see what profiles are currently applied to the device. Here you can check all the information that the device might have sent to Rig Manager. Now you can enable and disable miners and algorithms remotely, and that's it. This mining rig's got 6 AMD cards in it, and you can see they all show up here, and it's currently in benchmarking where it measures the performance. Let's start by trying to create an overclock profile for a 6600 here. So under these 3 dots, I'm going to go optimize, and I'm going to say this overclock is for all algorithms and all miners. Core clock I'm going to reduce down to 1200 megahertz. I'm hoping these are the normal Linux ones, not the Linux ones. The memory clock I'm going to reduce down to 1050, and what we've got, power limit, not really used by AMD, I'm going to turn that one off. Actually, we'll reduce the core voltage down to 640 millivolts as well. And we can see over here it now says it's testing this, and I think that's going okay, so we'll save that as a new profile for the 6600s. I'll just call that rig 2 6600. We also have a fan management option down here, so we'll have a look at that. We'll create a new profile. I'll set a target GPU temperature. We'll see how we go. I'll let it take the temperature up to 70 degrees while I set that as the maximum, and we'll try how that goes. I think that's going okay as well, so we'll save that one. Call it rig 2 and profile. I'm going to try applying those settings to the remaining 6600, so I'll just come in here, go optimize. I can just simply select the existing profile I've already saved. So there's my overclocking one and my fan profile, and I can just go apply. Let's see, and we've got 2 more 6600s. Let's do those as well. Now we've got some overclocking profiles done. Let's try creating a bundle. So we'll go into the bundle manager, and I'm going to say create a new bundle. I'm going to call this rig 2 6600 and create new bundle. I'm going to add the existing overclock profiles I've created and the fan profile, and then save that bundle. Okay, let's go back to the mining page. Now let's have a look at choosing what to mine. So under these 3 dots, we've got select miners and algorithms. So initially looking at the CPU, I'll actually turn the CPU off. I don't want to do any CPU mining on this rig, it's only for GPUs. So I can say for the 6900, we can look at Excavator and we can see all the algorithms currently selected. Gminer is currently off. I don't normally like using Gminer because it's a miner that benefits the Russian state, and Russia is currently at war with Russia, so I don't wish to support that war. We can see LOL minus selected here and NB minus. We'll just leave those ones selected that already are. Now we've adjusted the overclocking. Let's go back into the rig and we'll tell it to re-benchmark all the algorithms that have been selected using the new overclocking settings. And the mode has just changed into benchmarking for everything. As the benchmark goes through, you'll see it slowly changing through and trying all the different algorithms to see what kind of performance and energy efficiency each has. Well, this hasn't gone well. I've actually had to abort the testing. No matter what I do, I can't get it to take the fan speed off 0% for the 6600s. I've tried creating a brand new bundle, so in Bundle Manager I now have a new one called Rig 2 version 2, and I've tried telling it to use a fan profile where the speed is simply fixed at 80%, but no matter what I do, it just doesn't seem to take it. I've gone back and reselected the settings to use there again, but it just won't turn the fans on the 6600s. I've just gone back and reviewed some of the earlier footage from when the system was benchmarking. This was before everything was 100% stock and there was no overclocks, and even then the fan speed was 0. So there's obviously something fairly seriously wrong with Nicehash OS at the moment, and it would be dangerous to continue to use this, especially if you got RX 6600 XT card. This is the kind of thing that could damage your hardware. I also went and visually inspected the cards, and I could confirm it wasn't a reporting error. The fans had actually stopped spinning and were no longer running.
I'm still a bit shocked by that, to be honest, but it's quite a serious flaw that's gotten past Nicehash. I'm going to be going back to Minerstat, which is what I normally use, and Hive OS will be another great option. Let me know what you use for managing your rig below. I'm curious what other people have found it and what they think is best as well.